Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Ancestral Healing. When I was growing up, I remember always being terrified of the C word, cancer. There was always this thought in the back of my mind that someone close to me, whether it was a family member, a friend, or even myself, would get the diagnosis of cancer. My great aunt passed away of cancer. My great uncle currently has cancer, and I lost my grandfather to cancer. I always thought, am I next? Did you know that only 5 to 10% of cancers are genetic? So, what about the rest of the cancers? Where do they come from? One of my favorite doctors in the world, Dr. Lee Erin Connolly, is a cancer doctor. I'm going to provide you with all of her social media in the description below. You have to check her out. She has changed my entire perspective on cancer. Discovering Dr. Connolly on Instagram completely transformed my perspective about cancer and wiped away any lingering fear that I had. I wanted to create this video to provide you with another perspective and hope to ease any worries that you have. We don't have to live in fear that cancer is out to get us. According to Dr. Connolly, the majority of cancers are caused by how we live our lives in this modern day and age. The foods that are advertised and recommended to us by the nutritional guidelines are wreaking havoc on our health. Despite mainstream media claims, current evidence does not support that there is a link between consuming red meat and colon cancer. In trials where red meat does in fact cause colon cancer, it's always in the presence of seed oils. In cancers related to the digestive system, diet does tend to play an important role. So I just want you to take this in for a moment. Seed oils are recommended to us by our government nutritional guidelines. This is why I do not follow these guidelines. I like to think of my diet as an ancestral traditional diet. I do not follow the nutritional recommendations because that promotes inflammation, illness, nutritional imbalances, insulin resistance, and hormone imbalances. That is not a diet that I want to follow. If you look into the history of our great ancestors dating back to before the 19th century, they were healthy. Cancer was uncommon. Of course, their environment was much different than ours, and they did have more advantages. They had access to real food, food that was in season, not blasted with pesticides and chemicals. They had more of a connection to nature. They had better air quality. But still, even though we live in this modern day and age, there are still many things that are in our control. One of my favorite things to do is to bask in the sun. I love to wake up in the morning. I wake up around 6 a.m. I go immediately outside and I try to find the sun. I love catching sunsets. I love catching sunrises. I love laying in the sun. I love getting healthy sun exposure. But we are told that we have to fear the sun. We are told that the sun causes cancer. We literally have become a global culture that is terrified of the sun. We are terrified of nature. We lather on sunscreen that's filled with toxic, cancer-causing chemicals, and then we bake that sunscreen into our skin. We are told that we have to protect ourselves from the sun, from nature, the very vital thing that gives us life-giving energy. Here are some facts for you from Dr. Connolly's Instagram. You guys have to check out her Instagram. And if you know anyone that is dealing with cancer, send her account to those people. I feel like she can really help heal the world. So here's some facts about vitamin D. Vitamin D protects against 17 different types of cancer. Vitamin D has been shown to stop cancer cell growth. Vitamin D has been linked to inhibiting tumor growth. Vitamin D is directly involved in killing cancer cells. Normal, healthy sun exposure can actually protect us from internal cancers. So what does normal sun exposure, healthy sun exposure looks like? It means don't go out midday in the scorching, blasting hot sun. The best time to be out in the sun is in the morning or before sunset. That is a great time. You're not going to burn, and wear a hat. You don't have to lather on the sunscreen, and don't spend hours there. Just check your skin. If you're burning up, get out. It's really not that difficult. We've made it so complicated. Studies show that the benefits of normal sun exposure have a 75% reduction in colon cancer. Breast cancer has a strong association with low levels of vitamin D and lack of sunlight. Breast cancer rates are highest in the countries that are further away from the equator and lowest in countries that are near the equator. We have deviated so far from nature and moved more towards technology. We're always on our phones, we're always in front of the screen. I'm also guilty of this, but it's a part of our culture. We have to go to work, we have to earn. And it's also, the benefits of technology is that you have access to information. You want to read a book, you want to study something that you're passionate about, you're going to find it on a computer screen. But most of us, whether we are aware of it or not, live in a constant state of fear and stress. Think of what that is doing to your hormones, to your energy. Everything is connected. We also spend a lot of time indoors and less time doing natural body movement out in nature, going for walks, going on hikes, moving our bodies. What I like about Dr. Connolly is that she talks a lot about, instead of focusing on treating cancer, why don't we talk about how to prevent cancer? That is more empowering for the individual. Dr. Connolly has completely changed my perspective. Obviously, this is not a promotional video. I just really love the woman. I feel like every content, every video that she puts out is it's so empowering. And I feel like the cancer industry, they try to do a lot of the whole fear-mongering thing, and it worked for a while on me, but not anymore. I feel safe and confident knowing that if I take care of my physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental health, I am good, and so are you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video today. I will put all of her social media below. Check her out. She talks about more than just cancer. It's all interconnected, but she talks about diet. You guys should see what she eats. She eats like us, an ancestral diet, and it's so empowering to see a doctor promoting our real ancient traditions. They're still here. We got to keep them strong. So thanks so much, you guys, for watching. I wish you a beautiful week. Don't forget to check out the other 2 videos on the screen.